Radiant team ban.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Captain's Draft 3.0 presented by Dota Cinema and Moondog TV. My name is Sunsfan, joined by Purge Gamers and Sir Action Slack. This is game 2 of a lower bracket best of 3 series between Team Spirit and Tornado.RoX. Game 1 went to Tornado.RoX. What will happen next, Purge?
You're getting better at this, man. That was real smooth. That was real fucking smooth.
I'm amazing.
There's no Arc Warden, unfortunately, and there is no Redeemer. So,
but there is the Centaur. He's just as underplayed as Arc Warden in professional games, Purge.
And there's no Chen, there's no AA. All the heroes left over are sometimes picked, but not super often picked. I could definitely see a Pudge pick this game.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that fat, juicy wench of a man. Slacks, how's it going, buddy? Are you even here? Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Goddamn.
Nothing new there.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Lifestealer infesting into creeps and just being really... Dude! Oh my god. Lifestealer Pudge combo with Ags. Ags on Nyx. I want to see it.
What, so you can dedicate an entire hero just to having Rot?
Yeah, Rot on top of an ancient... That's pretty legit, actually.
I can't imagine this.
I did this yesterday, and it was amazingly awesome. We almost threw because of it, but it was fun. That's all that matters.
You have to farm an Ags on Lifestealer first, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so you go like... I mean, you can go... No, it's Radiance as well. So he went Radiance into Ags, okay? So you have Radiance and Rot on an Ancient Creep for an indefinite amount of time. And if you're against a lineup that just kill Ancient Creeps, which is somewhat common in pubs, just wrecks the game. You win. You need to try it, Purge. You need to live a little, man.
It's doing like, what, 170 magic damage per second in Rot range, plus like 27% slow.
Right.
Terrible.
It's amazing. You literally dive their towers in their fountain. And, well, not their fountain, but close to it. Alright, we're going to see Nice Talk first pick here for Spirit into a Tornado.RoX, Darkseer, and Silencer. Oh my. I've not cast Silencer since he got that new Arcane Curse. Do people even level that up?
Yeah, they actually do level it up usually. I don't know about support Silencers, but if you're playing like a mid Silencer, they max it out. As time goes on, though, Silencer's picked a lot when it first came out, but I haven't seen it played since then. So I'm kind of just starting to feel like people don't value it as highly. It's actually a very low damage nuke. It only does about 240 or something if you don't cast more. So it can be useful, but it's not amazing. If you're playing support, you might want to go for more Side Blades so that you can, or not Side Blades, Blades of Wisdom. That way you can zone your offlaner a bit better. But you know, could go a couple
Okay.
Don't like Silencer a huge amount against Night Stalker though, because Night Stalker can just kind of punish Silencer very easily.
Very
squishy hero. Yeah, exactly.
They followed up with the Alchemist, Witch Doctor, and now a Sven for Tornado.RoX. I'm looking for Tornado.RoX to pick up some team fight. Let's see what team fight's in here. Not much actually. We got Enigma. I mean, it's okay. It's just not that much damage. They need damage though. All right, there's nothing. I got nothing, bro.
Who has no damage?
I'm saying for team fight, Tornado.RoX. I'm talking about like team fight wombo combos.
Oh.
I mean, you have the vacuum Stormhammer.
Really good. Yeah.
That's pretty difficult to pull off, though. I feel it's not very consistent.
Really, the movement speed of the Stormhammer is pretty slow. You just cast on anybody, and you're like, "Go vacuum, dude," and then they jump in and vacuum, and you get a.
You have to Stormhammer first, though, right? And then vacuum after.
That works a little bit better, yeah. But it's a good combo. I mean, it's a combo that EG was doing like 2 or 3 years ago. There's a period of time where they would pick Sven Darkseer all the time. It was like Fear Carry. Demon was playing Darkseer, I believe. It was that era. Maybe MSS was on the team as well, perhaps, or maybe that was Beta's Bambo, maybe that one.
The failed EG.
Yeah, it was a period of time where EG wasn't extremely successful. They were a little weak, and it's okay. That was one of the good combos that they had that they maybe didn't discover, but really popularized. That they played a lot, and it made Sven look quick. So Sven did get nerfed after that. I like Sven decently against Alchemist, Witch Doctor. I'm not sure about Bristle. This is looking like an SNY game for Sven, but he's also going to need a BKB due to Witch Doctor Cask. Witch Doctor Cask is just one of the most annoying things if you're playing a melee hero. You just always have to deal with chasing opponents, so Sven will need a BKB this game.
I think this has got to be a support Silencer because there's not much support left in the pool. I mean, there's Omni Knight, and that's pretty much it. For the Light and Bristleback combo, oh my god, I feel sorry for whoever's in that lane. Jeez Louise.
It could be Sven or Silencer mid versus the Alchemist. I think that would be pretty good.
Would they have like a Nyx as support or something? All right. Well, they're going with Enigma jungle, so this is a pretty greedy lineup. Pretty greedy.
Tornado.RoX they have the crazy wombo combo. They vacuum black hole. If anyone's black holed and the black hole doesn't get interrupted, they just win the fight because Sven's gonna cleave everybody down while they're getting up in there. But like you said, Bristleback keep it on the nastiest dual off lanes in the game. It's because you can double quill and it completely changes the acceleration of you killing people with your quills.
It breaks Bristleback. He's a broken hero, I feel like, in that lane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to play. So Enigma's the jungle. I don't remember all of Tornado.RoX's first names, so I can't tell yet if it's Mirana mid, but I feel like Silencer would do much better against Alchemist. Maybe not later when they hit about 6, but in the early laning stage, pressuring Alch before he hits 6 is one of the best things you can do to beat him in the lane. So,
I mean, the great thing about this game, though, for Tornado.RoX is the fact that Enigma picks up a BKB and there's literally nothing Spirit can do. There's zero, like, they'd have to get an Abyssal Blade and Blink. And that's even, is that even possible? I guess he can do it from behind, technically, but that's not good at all.
I mean, a BKB would be nice to Black Hole, but he still does have to worry about physical damage generally. Like, the Quill Sprays are still going to hit him, and the Acid Spray from Alchemist is still going to do a lot, so it affect things. Also, he could very easily be pressured by the Caudal. Caudal could, like, give mana to the Bristle and then just leave the lane, and then go follow where the Enigma is and sap his experience. It could do things like that. It is a support Potom, by the way, so Potom will probably do a mix of jungling. Sven's gonna try to get as much out of his lane as he can, but I think he's gonna get a little punished. But as long as he doesn't die, it's fine. And then RoX will get a lot of advantage out of their lane.
Just checking the old Roche out, but it's not going to be a thing here. And I don't know, but you have to agree that Tornado.RoX's lineup is ridiculously greedy as well. I mean, they have.
I mean, it is, yes. They have
a jungler,
really weak
and their support is Mirana as like 5, I guess, right?
Yeah, and they have really weak disables, super weak disables. They've basically got Stormhammer and an arrow. That's about it. I would really like to see a Rod of Atos this game. It's one of the best counters against Night Stalker. It helps very well against Bristleback as well. I think it's an item they need, honestly. A lot of supports could really benefit from getting it in games like these where you have few disables. They can't just rely on their vacuums and their ultimates. It's not going to work. They won't be able to play the game well.
All right, I'm going to say something that's potentially really stupid, but I feel very strongly about it right now. And that's, I want there to be an Alchemist build where you literally buy Ags for your entire team. You get something to farm with, so you can farm decently fast, and you buy Ags for the whole team, because the meta, as we're going to see in Arrow Mid Miss, the meta is just a 5-man, just like death ball. I mean, it's not as bad as TI3, but it's still there to some degree and pushing, right? Like, look at the heroes that get Ags on this team for Spirit. It is actually ridiculous. You got Caudal with the heal Illuminate. Bristleback is even good.
Come on, but they also really messed up by picking Night Stalker and Caudal on the same team.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Anti-synergy right there.
So whenever a Night Stalker uses his Ags, like, it's actually awful for Caudal. Two heroes counter each other.
Alright, we're gonna have to zoom in on Bristleback here. Zyari, can you take that away for us? Oh, we might have action though. I'll keep an eye while you zoom in.
I like that they put Darkseer versus the Bristle, but he really needs to get a stick. He's gonna die here if he doesn't get it.
Well, he surges out. He has 4 stacks of Quill Spray, but he'll be fine. Bristleback didn't seem to care too much.
I like that he did get mana leak though. Me and Slacks were complaining about this when Complexity was playing during the qualifiers. They almost never got any mana leak. They would go like 4-0-4.
Yeah, how dare they?
That was disgusting.
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 That's actually the word of Captain's Draft 1, I believe.
What we got is clarity tonight. That was a pretty full clarity.
Hey, Perch, what's the word for this Captain's Draft? We need to figure something out. We have to have a catchphrase.
I'm not good at that shit. That's Slacks' job.
Yeah, Slacks, you gotta come up with something, bro. Something real good.
GMTD.
No, I refuse.
I'm in. So you see this ward here? This is a Topaz, actually, right? A very normal tower.
Speaking of Topaz, we have a mana leak on Yol here in the jungle. He's going to get mana leaked up completely, and it's going to stun him. He's completely out of mana. That's what mana leak does. Thank you for joining us on this Captain's Draft 3 beautiful lower bracket match.
So Topaz Tower is one of the 8 basic building blocks of GemTD towers. So it's very common. I actually don't like this word. No.
Are you in contact with any... Oh, top lane. We're going to have the first blood go the way of RoX. They take out Night Stalker with this Ven Mirana combo. I mean, we didn't really think about that, but that's kind of an old-fashioned thing. Stormhammer into another stun. Pretty easy.
The obvious setup. It's
It's
really nice too, because Night Stalker is quite tanky, so making sure that he's stunned for a while is going to make a big difference. 17 last hits for Sven, much better than the Night Stalker's doing.
Yeah, so far, RoX are off to a decent start as far as the CS is concerned. I mean, I think Team Spirit's lineup is much... I feel like it's more well-rounded overall, but we'll have to see as the game progresses. It all depends on the laning stage. I
completely agree. It really is a lot more well-rounded. They don't have to rely on their ultimates as much. Their team fight is still pretty good. I think that's going to be the issue with Tornado.RoX.
But I'm really looking forward to the anti-synergy. So I guess Ags on Keeper is not a thing this for sure.
I think he would skip it, yeah, because Night Stalker... I mean, Night Stalker could just play as a carry, honestly. It's a possibility. He could just go something like a BKB Armlet or something. I don't know.
I'm saying no Ags on Keeper. Because the Ags on Night Stalker just can't pass that up, can you?
That's what I was arguing. That's what I was saying basically. Does the Night Stalker skip Ags or does the Caudle skip Ags? I think it makes more sense for Caudle to skip it.
Yeah.
Because Night Stalker is just a really shit hero if it's not nighttime, because he's going to run really slow, so going DPS would be counterintuitive. So I think you're right there. I skip Ags on Caudle. He can buy other items. It's really nice to have Ags, but it's not absolute. Just go like Force Staffs, Glimmer Capes, things like that. He can still get a lot of value out of his hero.
Right. Bot lane, the complete free farm fest for Bristleback as he goes Treads first, and likely to be a Vanguard next. Now, I think you talked about this, that you don't like Crimson Guard after Vanguard in most games.
Yeah.
Would that be... You agree with that on this game as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Up top lane, Stormhammer, Mango was used into an arrow. Bye-bye Night Stalker. We have TP support coming in. Likely to be a little too late, although Mana Leak is there.
He almost got the Silencer almost got the Alchemist, but didn't quite get it.
By the way, this is a Radiance build for Alc, it looks like. What do you think about that?
It's looking pretty likely. Radiance is not bad against the Tornado.RoX because heroes, a lot of them are right-click based. Silencer and Sven will be missing more because of that. Daggers will be interrupted. It's okay.
See, as a spectator, I like Radiance in the fact that it's going to help them farm, but then when they go for this Manta Octarine, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Just don't, please. I don't want to see that.
The Manta part is legit. Getting Octarine is really unnecessary, and it makes you really weak. Because it increases your HP, but it doesn't increase your armor or anything, so it doesn't make you that much better as a carry. So I think the Radiance is really good this game due to Sven's Warcry giving everybody a lot of armor. But if it was a different hero that was
top
more
lane,
weak to physical, I'd go
Fear into a Void, into a Mana Leak. The right clicks will likely be enough, and all Darkseer can do is stare his enemies in the eyes. Actually, Bristleback dies at the same time. That's because of the rotation of Sven and Mirana. I mean, that's a tough lineup to go against for sure in this laning stage. Alchemist looking for the rune bot. He's going to get Malefist up in all likelihood. Nope, he's just going to pick up Invis. Yul did not use Malefist, interestingly enough.
Level 1 Malefist is awful. It does almost nothing.
Well, I thought he'd use it to try to get the rune at least. Interrupt the rune.
Yeah, it's a 0.25 second stun. It's very weak.
Iceberg looking for that bounty rune. He's going to get it. More gold going the way of Alchemist as he has 2 levels of Greevil's Greed right now. As top lane, or bottom lane I should say, Arrow's gonna miss after the Stormhammer initiation. Sadoy popped his ult for this, so they might want to try to do a little bit of damage to the tower.
So we had about 5 seconds to go for this. Actually, Mirana does not have the mana no matter what.
Dire structures are fortified.
And fortifications popped. TP support from Keeper of the Light now as Bristleback just quill sprays away to his heart's content. Illuminate gonna push back a bit. Blind Company have to fall back.
Value cast there does damage to 2 heroes. They do some tower pressure, force the TP. If they would have killed the Bristleback, they probably would have gotten that tower entirely. So, bit of a mistake there to miss the arrow, but they were worried about creeps. So,
alright. So the Silencer mid, you talked about how you've seen Arcane Curse being skilled. Here we're seeing it being completely ignored. I think it's probably more common, right?
It's awful against a against an Alchemist, because Alchemist the only spell he casts in lane is Acid Spray, right? So if it's like a Shadow Fiend or something, and he's about to raise, then you cast it on him, and that way he raises, he has to take more damage and makes that choice. But if you're against an Alch, it doesn't do anything. There's no point to skill it. He may skill this later, he may not. We'll see what he does. I think it would be very good against heroes like Bristle. It's going to be really good against Bristle, actually. I would say for the fact that there's a bristle, you definitely max this skill out, because every time he casts it, he's going to take an extra 4 seconds of 35 damage, and that's 140 damage.
I mean, when I was originally reading this skill, when it was introduced, the first hero I thought about was Bristleback. Is Sadoy getting initiated upon, or is it Ramsey getting beat down, but the Bristleback passive into the Quill Spray is enough to get the kill? Malefice on cooldown, but the right clicks will actually be enough. Here's the TP support from Night Stalker. It's not nighttime anymore, but he pops his ult, and Enigma is likely to die to the right clicks. Indeed, he does. So it's a 2-for-1. Mirana will live, unless the dive continues here for Night Stalker. They're going to get the tier 1. As BZZ comes into the fray. Mango popped by Night Stalker. He's going to get arrowed up into the last ward, and this is going to be a ton of damage. With the right clicks will be enough to take out Mirana as well. So just trade after trade after trade, but Silencer comes out on top.
Silencer's totally into that. That was worth it for him. Got 4
int out
of it.
Again. Yeah, geez.
He got 4 out of the 2 kills, so that's good. That's pretty good for him. Very small mistakes from Sven there, that he was hitting Bristleback's side when he stunned him. He needed to immediately move to the front of Bristle because his HP was so low that if it hits him in the back, it's going to problem. So he needed to move over and hit the front to give him a chance of living. So Sven messed that up, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, right.
It wouldn't have made a difference though, because the Quill's still proc if you hit him in the back. He wouldn't have been able to cast it manually, but still decent for Sven. You know, he's 2-1 and 2. He's got 50 CS at 9 minutes. He's got a Quelling Blade. He can jungle really hard right now. I think he's in a completely fine place.
Oh, we're on Alk Watch right now. He has the Sacred Relic and not too far away from that Radiance Recipe. And the question is, what will he go after that? I mean, we talked about Manta. I think that's pretty standard, and we're hoping to God it won't be Octarine, but something tells me it might be. Maybe it'll be Ags for the whole team, and I'll look like a genius. Other than Coddle, you don't want to do that.
Manta AC would be good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Really good. Anything like that he needs a hybrid armor item.
Do they need a? I mean, I think he needs a Blink Dagger this game. They really don't have much initiation.
Good idea.
And Solar Crest is pretty common, but typically they go that first if they're going to be taking it at all.
No, that's a really old build. Well, I guess that's not really super old. Miracle did that a little bit. The Frankfurt Major, he was going like
it's
Solar
not
Crest
as common now, but yeah.
Or Solar Crest S and Y.
Missed another bounty rune. I mean, S and Y is also super popular. We'll see what he does though. Mirana in the meantime, mana leaked up. And voided up on top of that crippling fear. It's only in daytime though, so not going to have its full effects. Ends up just being a little bit of exchange and right clicks.
I think Sven could have gone for this, but he went to jungle instead. It's a little safer. I don't blame him too much. Except a Morbid Mask most likely. Well, it could be Helm of the Dominator if he wants to farm jungles a lot, but it also could be Mask of Madness. That was the old build that
When's the
Sven's
last
would always
time
do.
we've seen Mask of Madness on him?
It's been a long time. It used to give you 30% movement speed, and now it gives 17, so the movement speed is a lot less, but it does help you dish a lot more damage out in short periods of time. But I don't know if he needs to do that considering he's got Black Hole and arrows.
Top lane, we have a TP.
Pull this thing.
Attempt onto Night Stalker. He pops Darkness into a Black Hole. Here we go. Do they have enough damage? Arrow with the Silencer ult coming into fray. Night Stalker, though, he is so tanky. Holy jeez.
Well, he would have died if the Mirana had a little bit more mana. He wasn't able to get the Starfall off there, so he ends up surviving. Pretty big mistake to waste Black Hole and not have the damage there, but they needed a third hero. Well, they basically picked the 3 heroes that do the least damage on their team. If they had Sven or they had Silencer there, he would have died.
Vanguard on Bristleback now, so going to be tanking up very nicely. Alchemist 1600 gold, and his gold net worth right now. So he's literally double, or actually double of his teammate in Bristleback, and this is where he starts to take off even further.
Can you take off more than this? This is already incredible.
No, what's the GPM? Let's see. 660 GPM, so 800 is decently common. So yeah, I think he can actually do a lot.
Silencer didn't really lower his farm at all, and since they had an Enigma and a Potom, ganking wasn't really possible. It wasn't that straightforward, at least. Like if you didn't get an arrow in the early laning stage, it just wasn't gonna work.
How many bounty runes has this guy gotten for real? That's the 4th one that I've seen.
That helps as well.
That is so nice.
I haven't been checking for those.
And they do have a really good Roche line with the Acid Spray and Viscous Nazagul, although there's going to be some contest. They know Yul's ult's down, though. Concoction will hit. That's the first one we've seen. It's a 1-for-1. Congratulations, 100% accuracy on that bad boy.
There's an rune on Silencer. They can maybe fight this.
Yeah, Ramsey's a little too low, so he's just gonna TP out. And RoX, they could actually steal this. They saw the TP, so Doy's gonna pop his ult in all likelihood and just take this. Although they could recall
Oh, what a
Bristol back
blind light.
here, and
That's
oh my
game
god,
winning.
yeah,
They
Sadoy
don't
on the
know
cliff,
necessarily that he's there. Oh, they're gonna kill Night Stalker.
and that's the extra intel now for BZZ as they're gonna try to focus on Bristleback. And he's, oh my god, that is so much damage taken from that last roll.
Arrow?
The arrow will connect with the glaives. It should be enough to take him out. That was a really surprising turnaround, just not having Sven at all in that fight. Global silence is popped. You'll still no black hole though. And now, I was gonna say now they could potentially take Roche, but it's still a little risky. They're pretty low.
Yeah, they don't even have any mana left. Enigma can't mech here. I think they just get back. Oh wow, they wasted their ultimate and everything.
Oh,
they thought
okay.
that they were in there
Yeah.
for sure. Which is quite surprising because they saw them run the southeast while they were bottom ulted, and they had sentries there, so I think they just genuinely thought they were in Roche pit.
The thing I like about Goblek is that he committed to that failed death ward. He channeled it for the full duration. He's like, you know what? If I'm gonna screw this up, I'm gonna screw it up in style. Just like Slacks. You know he's thinking of Slacks right now. As Roshan's being counted upon. Acid spray, minus armor, beautifully done. Arrow will hit Bristleback right in the ass, but that's where he likes it.
Roshan has fallen
And
to the death.
Aegis will be taken by Bristleback himself. And Manta now. Oh, is that
Dire's
just an
middle
illusionary?
tower
Never
is
mind.
under attack.
So even if they did get the Aegis, I think they really made him work for it, and they got some kills out of it. So I don't think Tornado.RoX is too unhappy. If you look at the net worth as well, if no team is farming, I think it benefits Tornado.RoX a lot because that means Alchemist isn't getting amazingly accelerated. So they're gonna be quite happy with that one.
Okay, dude.
What?
Keeper is going for Ags. He's halfway there already.
All right, Night Stalker's going in Vlad. So I
Yeah.
guess their call is Night Stalker will be the support.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
I
really
mean,
interesting.
Call Eggs is really good with Bristle because he can heal him. And heals on a super tanky hero are amazingly valuable, so it kind of makes sense.
I mean, it's not like it's bad, right? It's just a little surprising considering I would consider Night Stalkers to Ags to be more beneficial overall. But they don't really, I mean, they can tower siege now, right? With that,
I would
with that
definitely not
keeper.
call it more
Dire's
beneficial after
bottom tower is
overall.
under
It's
attack.
definitely worse between the two if you think
Dire's
about it.
structures
Because
are
Knights,
fortified.
okay, what does Night Stalker's Eggs do?
Radiant's top tower
It gives
is
him
under
more
attack.
vision at nighttime.
Yeah.
It gives him, wow, Cuddle Eggs also does that, and it gives him permanent ults. Which one's
Dire's
better
bottom
now?
tower has
Nah,
fallen.
I'd still rather have Night Stalker Ags.
Radiant's top
Because
tower
you can
is
turn
under
it to
attack.
night almost 80% of the time. You get a gem,
Radiant structures
GG.
are
Okay,
fortified.
that's a valid point, I guess.
And you counter keeper. You know?
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
he's really gonna make. I mean,
I mean,
still
I'm-
having the no cooldown on your ult, having your ult always being up is
Yeah,
very useful. You
that
can
is
do a lot
true.
of things like chakra yourself, blinding light, wait till it ends, and then blinding light again. You can get that cooldown very very low. It's actually
definitely powerful.
permanent blinding light for 12 seconds once you hit level 16 on call.
I remember
That's
Synderen
really
had
good.
like a huge hard-on for the Ags right when it came out, and nobody got it for like a year. But I mean, I agree, and in principle, it's super strong for sure. BZZ's gonna take the bounty. That's, I think, the first bounty rune that RoX has gotten this game.
Ooh, 82. Ooh, they did get Atos on Sancer. I'm really happy about that. They really needed this. They're lacking disables. It's a great item on Silencer anyways, and it's going to help him be more survivable. The people that are running at him, he can actually deal with. And even if he's silenced, it still works.
You know, an interesting thing about that is that you will miss 40% less of the time now on Alchemist because of the Radiance.
Yeah, so the Radiance
Random
is a
change.
little bit less useful as well. It's just
Very
another
random change.
tangential bump to all of the evasion things that exist right now, and making Atos a little bit better as well.
Well, but they nerfed it as well, right? What did they nerf?
Yeah,
It
they
was the cast range or
increased the
something?
cooldown. No, the
Cooldown,
cooldown
okay.
is higher than it used to. It used to be like 10 seconds.
Top
cooldown.
lane, Night Stalker. Delicious food for Stoy.
Dire's top tower is
Wow,
under
that's
attack.
a really late Midas. I'm surprised he even went Midas on Dark here. Interesting choice.
Dire's
I'm gonna take the
think-
tier 1 top too.
They know that it's gonna be hard to finish the game due to Cuddle, so I think they're just aiming for the late game. He'll be able to get Hex and Shivas and stuff like.
Man, BZZ does not feel tanky at all right now. Pure damage of glaives with
Yeah.
BZZ as a core just really hurts.
It's hard to resist that, man. Just goes right through all of the other defenses. And Bristleback actually isn't that high HP of a hero. His strength gain is actually quite low. We might see a solo kill on Cuddle here.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no way
he's
BZZ does not get this kill. Last word.
Oh, he lived.
Oh, last word. Okay. Not
It's
quite
on
enough
Orchid, you
damage.
know. If he would have casted his first spell, he would have died, but he didn't cast it for some reason.
Oh,
Literally
Ramsey's
no
getting
reason.
slowed. Forgets how little tank he has against the silencer, but
Puddle definitely should have died there. That was a mistake from silencer.
alright, I think we're gonna see a smoke very shortly here for RoX. See if it's on the courier. No.
They might catch Alk top. Got a blink on Sven.
Alright, silencer and company are here. Silencer, he's gonna pop global silence, which means Alchemist is gonna stun himself
Oh,
on
this is
top of the
pretty
arrow,
good.
on
Oh,
top
this is
of
so
the
good.
black hole. Oh my goodness, so much damage coming out. And that is the Aegis gone. Dunzo, Alchemist with that Radiance as well, your top net worth hero on the deck. Enigma might be in some
dies.
trouble, but it's certainly worth the death overall.
Yeah, I think so. And I think they got double int out of that. I don't know if you
He
get
had
int
8
for
before.
Aegis
No,
heroes,
he had-
but
no, I don't think so. Because he had 8 before that fight. So.
really, I would have thought that you'd been in 5 fights. Yeah, I guess it didn't count.
Well, that would be kind of ridiculous if it worked on Aegis, don't you
Well, I
think?
just thought it would because duel does work, but I guess that's a little different.
Well, that's because Legion Commander just sucks, so you got a buffer.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one.
Thanks, Lax. I didn't get to read the whole thing, but thanks, Lax.
Oh, huge mistake from
boy.
Mirana.
Yeah, Mirana's forced the Moonlight Shadow. It's gonna be
They
a
don't
free
have an
tier
exit,
1. And a cancel TP on top of that. He's easy. He deals a lot of damage despite... Oh, here we go. Sedoi blinks in, pops his ult. And
Oh,
the
the cleave.
beautiful vacuum is not the perfect combination, but it might be enough damage to clean up at least 2. And indeed it is. Maybe more. Always want to fly, sticking around a little too long. Alphys is on cooldown for 6 seconds. Sedoi looking for the Stormhammer will find Ramses. But here comes Alchemist. Mech is popped, keeping Sedoi alive. Ramses still trying to run away. Very slow thanks to that Rod of Atos. They will find one kill, Spirit does. It is the Silencer. Ramses continues with his back turned. Finally will drop dead, but take 2 with him. As here comes
He's gonna get all
Alchemist. He
these
might
kills.
get 2 himself. Radiance is continuing to burn away. He's going to focus on Mirana. Not get both. Chose the wench on the horse.
Very, very close there for him getting more than that. Small mistake from Sven as well. He didn't use his third skill. Could have had 20 armor and maybe would have survived the last Bristle Quill, but quite survive. Very, very close fight for them, but they needed Black Hole there to win that fight convincingly.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk about how Warcry is actually amazing this game for the team against the minus armor of
so
Bristleback
good.
and Alk.
I mean, Alk does do a lot of magic damage right now, just generically from the Radiance, but it would have helped a lot there.
Night Stalker. Might find Darkseer, but don't think he's going to have nearly enough damage to take him out. And who went mech? Did Darkseer not go mech? He
It's
went
on,
Midas
Enigma.
first then.
That's why he went
Oh, I
first,
see. Okay. We have some TP support here, so Doi's going to go farm.
Also,
Nice
I think
information for Night Stalker.
Darkseer should have prioritized giving Surge to the Sven a little bit more, so that he could catch up. When the first engagement ended on the Radiant side of the river, he surged himself to try to catch up, and it should have just been Iron Shell Surge on the Sven. That would have been a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, that's
damage.
one of the biggest downfalls of Sven is getting kited.
It's a huge
that-
issue.
Surge can now be used on BKB targets, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case now. So if Sven gets a BKB, that would work just fine. I mean, we're just talking about how there's some arbitrary things that still haven't been changed. I think that's one of them that has been, though. Pretty confident. As Ags is now complete on Keeper, just needs to fly that out back to him. And I think that's going to be the signal for perhaps Spirit to try to push some towers now. A lot of survivability. As SNY is almost
Yeah.
finished with Bristle as well.
They're gonna have to wait for the daytime though. It's still gonna be an issue there.
Yeah, true. Don't
So-
pop darkness.
Sven went pretty early game items here. Helm of the Dominator, Blink Treads, totally normal stuff. But putting a drum on top of it is where things get a little weird. This may be the better build. I always kind of feel like you need Sancho and Yasha for some more movement speed to prevent getting kited, but maybe drum is the better solution since when you activate the drum, it gives you a lot of attack speed. In fact, it gives you a total of 30, which is not bad. It's like an extra piece of treads. And also gives you a lot of movement speed as well, about 18% when you activate it. So maybe drum's the solution, but the problem is that Sven usually gets 6 slotted very early and has troubles. Might initiation mid.
Yeah, we have the Death Ward Mech is popped. Yol in quite a bit of trouble. He's going to get initiated on by Alchemist. Moonlight Shadow's down, but there's a sentry showing everything until they run out of range. Now they can't see them. So he's just going to continue to chase with the Radiance. He gets stunned up. And Alchemist, not really scared of too much. He is going for Octarine Core to my dismay. I'm pretty disgusted, not going to lie. I had to clear my throat again. That's what I think of Alchemist getting Octarine Core.
I mean,
apply a little pressure
in
this tier 2.
in his defense, he's way ahead this game. His net worth is easily twice. It's more like 2.2 times higher than his opponents. So he's doing very, very well here, and he can maybe get away with having a slightly less efficient build so that he can pressure his opponents harder.
Yeah, I think when you brought up AC, it actually makes it so much better too with the Alchemist or with Keeper having Ags, because that's even more survivability and more push. I mean, that has to be the next item, I feel, for Alch.
Yeah, something like that would be really good. The other problem with Octarine, it doesn't make him do more damage directly. It just gives him more Manta style illusions and more ulti uptime. If he goes for AC, then he can next after that get a Basher or something. And then all of a sudden he can actually just solo kill. But when you go Octarine, it delays your ability to solo kill so much.
And Bristleback getting caught out. Runs into the enemy team. Stormhammer. Here comes a Black Hole potentially. Thinking twice about it. Bristleback is still in a lot of trouble. They don't have any detection for that Glimmer Cape. Interesting.
Ben's in trouble.
Bristleback's going to continue to pressure Sadoy. Oh boy, a lot of minus armor into that death ward. He's getting kited so hard. It's going to be a trade of sorts, 1-for-1 on the carries. And now Yol getting hounded by Night Stalker. No Black Hole to speak of. Absolutely no mana and no HP anymore since he is dead. 3-for-1. So despite getting caught off guard, Spirit cleaning up that fight pretty well.
I mean, the fight was ideal from Bristleback's perspective. He was the one that was completely out of position. But they can't just cast Black Hole on that, because then the fight goes awful. You can't just cast it on the one tanky hero. You have to catch multiple heroes. You have to get the vacuum Black Hole for the fights to go well. And it didn't happen like that. They used Global Silence just to keep them a little survivable at the start of the fight and to prevent counter initiation, but that just didn't do much.
As usual, spelling and math, dreamy.
There's actually so many errors.
There's more errors than there are anything factual in that statement.
I don't even know if he's doing it on purpose anymore.
Well, the math, I think that one. Definitely
Well, yeah, of course, but the spelling errors, dude. Oh. Spelled fiery wrong. There's some other word.
He doesn't proofread. Yeah, silence, Purge, silence.
Oh, okay.
Don't think Alchemist is going to be able to find Darkseer. We'll see. Though Darkseer was standing still. Okay, he's going to TP out. He's fine. Attempted Manta dodge there. I think that's the first time I've seen Alchemist stun himself, so doing a lot better job than... Wait, who was it?
I don't remember. But
somebody.
It was bad. I just remember how bad it was.
We cast somebody who kept stunning himself. And Iceberg is doing a much better job than that somebody. And this is like his 10th bounty rune. Jesus, man. Ridiculous.
Monster's still doing pretty well, considering how the game is going. I still feel he's a little vulnerable. He's getting kind of run down. He's not very fast, but Godlike does have his Blink Dagger up, so they're going to be ready to fight with this. They're going to have all their ultimates. Sven ulti in 3.
Oh boy. I mean, if Bristleback was in here to begin with, I think this would be dead already. So enough time is here for RoX. And they see it. Arrow will not connect on anybody. Roche dodges it nicely.
The vacuum.
Yep, that's the combo. That's the Wombo combo. Uh-oh. Initiation possibility on Witch Doctor. He gets Rod of Atos up. But looks like nothing will come of it, at least not initially. And now Roche attempt 0.0.
I mean, they can fight.
Nice stock. Oh boy, he got arrowed. He's in a lot of trouble. Gets mech'd up though. Here comes the vac.
Oh, they got it.
Stormhammer, into Sadoy. Oh, he's just ripping through kids left and right. That is 2 dead right off the bat, and Ramsey's in a ton of trouble. He is completely surrounded by the enemy with 2 buybacks on Spirit. Wow, that is expensive.
Something canceled Black Hole, and I'm not sure what it was, but they still also got the Stormhammer, so it didn't matter that much. Initially, the Blinding Light was used really effectively to slow down Sven's damage on the Night Stalker. And they're gonna take
I don't think they can they even do anything about this?
They can. Blinding Light only hit 1 here. Silencer does a lot of damage.
Oh, Alchemist gets Concoction, vacuumed up. Flowed, trying to right-click away on Ghost, he's doing a lot of damage, but Roshan will go to Silencer, or the Aegis I should say, and it'll cost them 1 kill, or 1 death.
They're gonna lose Murano too.
Murano, no leap for 12 seconds. No way you're getting out of here.
I think that's worth it. Yeah, I think that's okay. If the Aegis goes on Alchemist, or Bristol or something, there's just no way they win the next fight, unless the initiation is amazing. I think that's overall okay for Tornado.RoX.
I mean, in that entire engagement in the last 5 minutes, now look at Silencers stolen in. Plus 20.
Wow, that's actually a big improvement. Every int he
Radiant's bottom
gets
tower
gives
is
him
under
not only
attack.
1 damage from being int, but also 90% of that goes to pure damage. So he's getting like 1 point, well basically, what's that, 3.8 damage every time that the hero dies close by him, and most of that is pure, so a lot of damage.
Pretty good.
His next
Radiant
item probably has to be
structures
a
are
Scott or Shiva's guard, I think. He needs
Radiant's
armor against the
bottom
bristle.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, Shivas would be good. Enigma. Just
Oh, they
needs
can
the
easily
recipe
go on
for his
Witch Doctor here.
BKB. Yeah, Witch Doctor might be getting glimmered up. Here comes the concoction master himself. He was recalled
His
by
Aegis.
Keeper, in fact.
He's
BZZ.
dead.
Alright. They're not going to kill him. He gets mech'd up. The Aegis will be saved.
They can definitely win this fight now. There's no global for 13, but
Sadoy still has BKB and his
Get him in the front,
pounding
damn
way
it.
into the back of Bristleback. Concoction
Good
coming in, vacuum wall. Looks like Sven is dead. Or I'm sorry, Bristleback is dead. Night Stalker on the run, not getting away. And that drops a gem to the deck. And Goblik
Oh,
will be
man,
the next
Sadoy.
on the list. My goodness. RoX getting a ton out of this. Malefist, is he going to see him? No.
Sidori did that really well. He saved his BKB basically until he needed it. It was even after the Bristle kill before he popped his BKB and dived the other heroes. He did that great. I think he messed up a little bit is he's not walking to where the front of Bristle is, but ultimately it worked out nicely. The vacuum helped out a little bit as well. So they win that fight. They still haven't used Black Hole. Again, it's on cooldown for 36 seconds, but winning a fight that hard without Black Hole is an amazing accomplishment. So if they can just wait for another ultimate from Sven, they can take another fight right away.
Yeah, I mean, things are looking really good for Tornado.RoX. BKB is almost online for Enigma, and we talked about how they have literally no counters to that. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So this whole Roche lineup for Spirit, not working out to their benefit yet. Especially with the team fight going the way of RoX in general.
Brave
They
Blink
just have
from
team
Yol.
fight. Blink Concoction. Yeah, Alchemist. If this is a Maelstrom,
Radiant's
I'm gonna be so sad. Or Mjolnir, I'm gonna be so sad, but I highly doubt it.
It has to be an AC, surely.
Yeah, hopefully.
If it's a Mjolnir and he goes to Abyssal afterwards, I could justify that a little bit, but I think he needs some armor for sure.
Well, I feel like AC and then Abyssal is better still. I
Radiant's
don't know.
middle tower is under attack.
That's a good one.
Alright, Bristleback's gonna take out the Ancients here, and we're just waiting for the next Roche. I mean, Black Hole is online, so RoX can go whenever, and they have BKB.
They definitely want to fight soon if they can, and they have a lot of good catch. Again, Atos, they've got Vacuum, they've got Blinks on a couple of heroes, Arrows would work, and Aegis is up on Silencer.
Yep. And the more... I forgot about that, actually. And the more fights that happen, the more int BZZ is gonna steal. Who's an idiot on the other team? I wish it showed how much int was stolen from each specific hero when you click on them.
Bristol's lost a lot, because his int gain is actually the highest stat he has. So he's definitely lost quite a few. Joy lost a smoke.
Yol's still
We have a
smoked
gem.
up, though. Has Blink, Mech, BKB. Things looking real good for him. No way to cancel that bad boy. And this tier 1 tower is in quite a bit of trouble here. We have the Blink initiation from Sadoy trying to get in front of Bristleback. There's the wall. Death Ward as well, but it's canceled thanks to the global ult from Silencer. And Bristleback dies pretty much right off the bat. Alchemist is going to clean up Ghost Stick, so it's a 1-for-1. Fight is set quite a bit. 2 for 2 now. As Enigma
Yeah,
left all alone to his own devices.
they dove a little bit too hard for the supports.
Oh my god, but the cleave from Sadoy is out of control. They're gonna find Night Stalker, and Alchemist is next. He's gonna pop his Manta, but I don't know if
How's
that's
that
good enough to
Octarine
get
going?
away the glaives of wisdom. Oh, did he miss?
Yeah, he missed.
He
his
might have
radius.
missed there.
Oh, he's gonna
BZZ,
die.
He has Aegis though. Always Wanna Fly's gonna get it with barely any HP. Arrow
Oh,
will
he got him
kill
there.
him though. Oh my god. BZZ getting pounded away by Iceberg RoX. Might lose their carry.
Radiant's
Oh, he does have the slow thanks to the Rod of Atos. Alchemist is pretty damn fast. Will not find the kill though.
God, I hate this Octarine build so much.
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
it's a
is under attack.
5,900 gold item. 5,900. That could be an Abyssal or something.
Yeah.
Just actually, yeah.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, I see a keyboard definitely, and there's something in his upper hand.
Wait, isn't that supposed to be a tornado? So it's a tornado behind them though, right? Pretty sure.
Maybe he's summoning a tornado by spinning his mouse on the cord or something.
Wait, did they have like lips on their last logo? Because it was RoX Kiss.
No, it was
now
like
it's
a
RoX
DJ
Tornado?
playing music or something.
All right, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, dude.
What's the connection
Maybe they
there?
like going out.
Is that why they weren't too successful? They just went out all the time, just
It
watching
was
them
the
DJ?
organization, I'm sure, not the players.
We need answers, Slacks. Investigate. Oh, here we go. Okay, that doesn't help. Thanks for the attempt. Rana now has the gem, by the way, in case those of you that were wondering. Bristleback, I mean, they had a decent start, but he just has not been farming super well.
He's just kind of getting
stuck on
punished
his SNY.
by the Sven damage. Sven hits really hard. They're gonna find
Speaking of Sven, oh my goodness, he's gonna blow up the keeper. He's barely gonna walk away though. Goblak caught in the crossfires though. And very early BKB for Enigma. Pretty much wasted that. I think that's the 10th. No, that was the 9th second. As here comes Ramsey's getting initiated upon again. There's the black hole.
Oh, the vacuum
actually
cancels it.
ruins it! Oh no! And now Bristleback's gonna just hide away to his heart's content, although Alchemist is just getting counted against Sadoy, which is so much damage. Global silence on top of all of this, and I mean, Team Spirit is just in a horrible position now. I don't know if he can get out. Do they have any stuns? Oh wow.
That was a really good
Surprisingly
TP.
enough.
Oh man, that vacuum.
That was like 2 seconds after the black hole.
Yeah, it's kind of late, but he's got to feel bad about that one. It's okay. They're still winning the game though.
Yeah.
If they lose the game, they might complain a little bit about that. But all they lost in that was a bristle kill, I believe.
Oh, here we go. We have
Nice.
Ags on freaking Alchemist, man. It begins. All right, who does he give it to?
Dyer's middle tower
Bristleback
is
or
under
Witch? It's got to be
attack.
Witch Doctor, I guess.
I guess it could go on bristle. I didn't even think
I
about that.
love Bristleback Ags, by the way. I think it's really good. We'll see. I think you have to give it to Witch Doctor because he's losing these team fights, and he's. But then again, Witch Doctor needs BKB or something for global silence because that's just an instant cancel. So maybe Bristleback
I
is
just
better.
don't know, man. I feel like there's just too many heroes on Spirit that are super behind in terms of KDA. Nightsucker's 2, 9, and 5. He's only got a Vlad's Treads, and he was like a solo lane for a while there.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
Witch
he's
Doctor
kind
ulti will
of
help, but
like you said.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a rough game.
I
They
think
give it to Night
Coddle.
Stalker Purge. I quit, man. I freaking
Coddle.
quit. Yeah, another one. He needs the
More
stats.
more
for sure.
stats.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see where he TPs.
Miss, where are you going, buddy? Come on, buddy. He's
Oh,
getting
Coddle.
recalled. Come on, Bristol. Give it to Bristol. Give it to Bristol. Witch Doctor. Did he?
Put it on Bristle. He doesn't understand how it works. Okay, there.
Yes, Bristol Ags. We get to see it. It's actually really good. I think it's super underrated. It's just, I mean, even the stats themselves are really good for Bristleback as well. This is a really good item.
HP. It basically lowers everybody's armor in the AoE by 2.2 every cast. That's not bad.
Dyer's middle tower is under
And that increases the damage that Quill Spray does. So if he gets like an AC, he's gonna have to get BKB, I think. But
Yeah, he's going BKB next. Alright, well, they're banking on this minus armor strat now. Bristleback.
but also, they can
and
Dark
Alec.
Magic him, and he can just goo twice instantly. He could hit quad goos on people within like 6 seconds or something. That's
What they
amazing.
also need is a solar crest on somebody. Apply it to Bristleback. He needs a little bit extra tank in his evasion. It'll help quite a bit. He's not going to be able to afford it himself, I don't think, because like you said, has to go to BKB here. Moonlight Shadow popped. And Darkness shortly after, so very little vision for Tornado.RoX. And they're looking for Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What creep is this?
It's Radiance. It's the Sven's, I think.
Okay. Well, it's gonna get eaten alive. Poor guy.
Radiant's top tower
Fight
like
for the
is
Dota
under
gods.
attack.
BKB next, or I'm sorry, MKB next for Sven. Makes sense. Just need something to be able to hit them.
Radiant's top tower
In a lot of
has
Sven
fallen.
games, you don't want to have to go MKB over Daedalus. Daedalus just works so much better with Cleave, but he's got to worry about a Butterfly or some evasion coming out. And not to mention a 6-2.
You've really
Okay.
played 5,000 hours? That's pretty amazing, actually.
Might
Alright,
have-
here we go. Team fight initiation. Sven pops his ult and BKB, and Bristleback getting completely destroyed. Can't do anything. BKB popped by Enigma. He's going to go in for Goblak. A 2-shot kill for Sadoy. My goodness. Bristleback buys back as well. Ay, ay, ay. Can they turn this around? They're going to go for BZZ. They
Dyer's bottom
had
tower
nice
is
positioning,
under
actually, but Yol still with the black hole available. Will he use it? Silence is up. Mechanism as well. Iceberg getting pounded now with the black hole. Solo black hole. Will it be enough damage to take him out? Vacuum later than before, which actually turns out better as a result. Afterlife attempting to TP out, but the Storm Hammer will find him.
Dyer's
And
bottom
BZZ
tower is under
with
man, you take so
36
much.
intelligence steal. Oh, disgusting, as we said. So I'm looking for the Stormhammer, not gonna find it, at least not on the Bristleback. Always want to fly though. Yeah. They should find the kill, I would. Oh.
Blinding light.
Keep saying that.
Oh,
Okay,
they got him.
I get the kill.
That was actually really hard to get. That was a 20% chance of that last Mirana attack hitting. Solar Crest now for Mirana. Mirana's done very, very well. Look at this KDA, 7, 4, and 20. He's really made this hero look like a viable support.
And she gets a great arrow on Roshan as well. Add that to your resume of great play. Absolutely. Enigma's black holes haven't been that great, but they haven't really needed them. I mean, it's the threat of the black hole most of the time. Anyway, positioning.
Sounds like something you parroted by watching somebody better than you say.
Huh? The threat of the black hole?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where did I get that from?
Puppy.
Puppy? Is that his saying or something?
Yeah, I believe so.
The threat of the black. I don't know. Alright, fine. You can attribute it to Puppy. That's fine with me. I'm sure he said it at one point in his life.
Once they know that you don't have black hole, then they are willing to push buildings and stuff like that. If you always have black hole, then they're like, oh, I don't know if we can fight. They've got black hole.
Yeah.
Same in team fights. If they are scared to group up due to fearing black hole, then it means their damage isn't going to be as high.
Oh god, Night Stalker did get Ags. Jesus. Jesus! Why have you done this to me?
See, I like the fact that he's giving eggs, but I don't think he needed to buy a freaking Octarine core to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think like going AC instead of Octarine would have made him a lot stronger in the mid game. Could have gotten more solo kills. He could have done more in team fights, and he still could have farmed pretty much just as fast. The only thing is he's got slightly less survivability in team fights, and his ultimate isn't up as often, which means he's more gankable. But just not worth 6,000 gold. Can't wait for this build to die.
Is Keeper able to drop his Ags, aka sell it, or is that one of those you just can't drop it anymore?
You can, yes.
Okay.
I think one of the few that you can't do that on is maybe Ogre, but they might have fixed it.
Oh, Night Stalker. Do they see him? Yep, they definitely do. Blink, Malefice does. And more int goes the way of BZZ. Now at 38 for intelligence. With the Aegis on top of that. Has another Mystic Staff. So likely to be a Sheep Stick. Unless he wants to go Octarine himself. You never know, I guess.
It's not horrible on Soundset actually, because you get lifesteal from the pure damage that you're doing.
I feel like Sheep is just infinitely better this game.
Yeah,
though.
I completely agree. You don't need lifesteal that bad. It can be a good solution. Like for example, if Spirit was doing better and they were running at Silencer and he just felt like he couldn't just fight and stay alive long enough, then Octarine might be the right option. But in almost all other cases, Hex is the solution because
and if you really want lifesteal, you can literally get lifesteal on him now, right? Because Blade of Wisdom stacks now, right?
If you have a Vladzora, he lifesteals based on his regular attack. If he gets Octarine, he lifesteals based on the pure damage.
Oh, Black Hole again, only on one, but it is Alchemist. That's all that really matters. And actually, Bristleback runs into it, and Alchemist getting destroyed. He does not have buyback on the deck for 90 seconds. Rock's in pretty good position. Take game 2. Ben actually gets a horrible spot. Death Ward applied. He has cheese.
And Warcry, man. Like,
yeah, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine, guys. Don't worry about Sven. As there's the Stormhammer on Night Stalker with that Ag. Great synergy with the Keeper of Life, I do say so myself. And it looks to be a tier 3 tower, if nothing else, for RoX, although with no buyback on Alchemist. Could just keep going.
I mean, the Q's helping a lot, actually, to limit the speed at which they take the barracks, but they're not going to stop the buildings from getting hit. He keeps casting spells, dude. Stop casting spells. You've got Arcane Curse on you.
It's fine. He doesn't care. He wants to feel. He's a masochist at the end of the day. That's Bristleback's motto, man. Now the racks are going to be
put a new one on him.
Taken out. How many stacks does he have? Jesus. He turns his back. He's fine. Blink Initiation. Always want to fly. Dead. Boy, no cheese this time, but they're going to get full racks and get out with 0 casualties.
That's pretty fucking good.
Poor Witch Doctor with no Ags. He's so sad. Tough game for Witch Doctor though against Silence, obviously.
And again, yeah, it's not that great versus Sven. Silencer can ulti. Like, if he just presses Warcry, like, you saw the damage that the Death Ward was doing to Sven at the end. It was doing almost nothing, because he pressed his one hotkey that gave him 20 armor for like 8 seconds. Like, how does he beat that? It's just not the Witch Doctor game.
Oh, Alchemist finds Sven? Okay, he just runs away. and BKBs.
I like this Moonshard that Sven bought. He's really been lacking attack speed all game. He replaced his drum, and getting a Moonshard instead is a great solution.
Kind of agree with your earlier assessment, though. The drums, they were very short-lived.
I thought they were okay. It gives him mana. You know, there's a lot of other aspects. It gives him 9 int that he really needs. Gives him generic movement speed. It's a lot cheaper than a Sanjin Yasha. Like, the games that I've gotten Sanjin Yasha on Sven, my BKB comes so late that it's too late. So buying an S and Y there for 4,000 gold is too much. I feel like the drum is a better build for that reason. Because it's just a small sidetrack to 1,800 gold to give you kind of what you need in the early game. And then you can get the BKB that you need a bit later.
Guys, don't let this be the nail in the coffin for Bristleback Ags. Don't let this be a game that you look at as
Let
an
this
example.
be the nail in the coffin for Octarine Alchemist.
Oh
How
yes,
about that?
please, God, please. I would
He
love
was
that.
so far ahead. He was so incredibly far ahead. And then once he got Octarine, who was like just as strong as he was before he had Octarine offensively, did almost nothing different. Just slightly more split pushing.
Guys, I think it's
That's
time
it.
to sell Octarine. Just get rid of it. I don't want to see it anymore. Be done with it.
He just needs an Abyssal Blade. That way they could just kill Sven if Sven is out of position. If he had Abyssal right now instead of Octarine, and he had like initiated with a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade or something, he could just win a game.
I mean, that's been kind of their issue, is they don't have great initiation, right? The Blink Dagger would have helped a lot. Like, a lot of these initiations are Bristleback just running into the enemy team and just hoping that he'll live through the end of the day. And like, they start every fight with Bristleback at like half HP, so that's not ideal for sure.
Well, he's got BKB now, at least that'll help a bit.
Hey, we got an Ags coming. Slack, you happy? Hey, at least he's doing kind of what I said. He's getting Ags for the entire team. This is actually the first time I've seen an Alk get Ags for literally the whole team.
I'm gonna agree.
Although
with
no,
that.
I'm sorry, Keeper has his own though, so enough.
Definitely pretty rare in most cases.
And he's not gonna have buyback. He's going all out. Buys it. He's definitely listening to me. Like we talked about, the Ags is not. I mean, Witch Doctor just this game isn't super powerful, unfortunately. As much as I love that hero.
Bristol, I think, would love to have an AC here, just
Oh,
because
God.
it's gonna stack so with Goo.
Speaking of Ags, Yol is working on his own. I would love to see Midnight Pulse on Black Holes. A double Midnight Pulse, in fact. He probably would have time to do it this game. Dodoy with haste? Oh, Goblak. Oh no, you're so dead. Oh, he's gonna TP out with Glimmer. Never mind. You're so alive. Nicely done.
Oh, he's losing so much, man.
Yol. Not able to find a Malphus. They're just gonna go for this tier 2. Although bottom lane, the Octarine Alchemist strikes again. He will tickle your tower and kill your creeps. And he's doing just that as we speak. There's the tickling. Tickle that tower. Tickle away. And Darkseer is here to stop the push. Well, Alchemist is going to go even deeper. The rest of RoX is in the enemy jungle, as we have one TP. Night Stalker's here to help out a bit. Yol, Midnight Pulse. And that'll be the end of that.
The split push is working.
Funny thing is, I feel like he has not been split pushing at all. Doctoring. And he just started once the Ags were done. Is that my imagination? As mid lane. Oh, arrow connects on Bristle. Bye bye, birdie. 86 seconds, no buyback.
And a rough game for Bristol, I think. I think
feel
you're
sad.
right. He hasn't been splitting super hard, but I think he has a little bit. He's definitely very focused on it now because he knows that they're losing, and they're probably not going to win unless they do some rat stuff.
We have a sheep. Iceberg still has the concoction going. Can he get it off? Self-stun. Right clicks from BZZ, and that is intelligence number 46. Good sirs and madams. It was a sheep stick, by the way, as we saw. Initiations here from BZZ, and my goodness. So much damage. The Doy is completely out of mana. Doesn't really care.
Mana leak.
Like, I'm just gonna beat your tower.
Two dead heroes. I don't even think he could die to Witch Doctor, Cuddle, and Stalker. Maybe they can mana drain him, I guess, and no more Warcry.
Witch Doctor, he is about 1,000 away from finishing BKB. Don't know if that's going to be in time. And even then, you have to wait for Silence and then BKB, and then, I don't know. It's so awkward playing against Silencer as Witch Doctor.
Yeah. The Darkseer is doing a really nice job here. He's Lotus Orbing the Sven whenever the mana leak comes out. It does remove it.
Oh,
It sends the
yeah.
cast back.
Lotus Orb for
Wait,
the
did it
win.
recast?
Coconut
Dyer's
FTW
Oh,
is there's
that's
the
a dead hero.
initiation, and oh, Keeper gets destroyed. Here we have the vacuum wall into a black hole, adding insult to injury. A global
Ooh,
silence on literally
The
zero heroes.
BM.
Yeah, that
The
is
BM
BM.
global.
Dyer's top barracks has fallen.
And Bristleback. Pop
Dyer's
good
KTB
PK.
dodges the Stormhammer nicely. And we have the buyback from Alchemist. Going for the concoction is going to be only on one.
The goo's everywhere.
And the right clicks commence. Yeah,
Dyer's
goo.
middle tower is under
That
Manta does
beautiful
nothing.
Dyer's top
ag,
barracks
but
has fallen.
it's gonna be all too little, all too late as GGs are called, and Tornado.RoX goes on to the next round as Team Spirit drop out of Heaven's Draft 3.0.
Radiant victory.
It's rough, man. Lose your bracket. Some tough games here, but Tornado.RoX just, I just think they got more out of their heroes as a whole. Their team fights were good. They played this game overall better than Spirit did. Spirit did get a lot of gold advantage on the Alchemist, but I just really feel like the Octream build isn't good, especially against the Sven. It lowers the cooldown on your Manta, and your Manta illusions do nothing in this game because he kills them with Cleave. So just their lineup was very good to center around an Alchemist and by giving them mags, but they didn't have enough advantage